Hi, I'm Dan Ablan, and this is the 3D Garage Signature Courseware for Lightwave example tutorial. This is going to give you just a quick overview using a full project, just how we're going to do our course. Give you a good example of some modeling functions and some texturing functions, as well as some rendering. So let's get started. Alright, I'm going to go back here to a quad view, and we're going to create a new object. And one thing I'm going to explain is that in our courseware, we do start from the very beginning. This tutorial is going to assume that you know a good bit about Lightwave, and this is a tutorial that'll just help you move along using another technique. The first thing I'm going to do is go to my Create tab, and I'm going to press the disk to create an object, and I'm going to hold the Control key on the keyboard, and I'm just going to draw out a disk. But before I turn off the disk tool, I want to press the N key for numeric, and I'm going to change my sides to 15. And there's a reason for that, and I'll show you in just a minute. I'm going to press the X to close that, click on the disk tool to close the tool, and I'm going to notice that my disk is not seen up here. The reason for that is because the polygon is facing backwards. It's facing down the positive Z. So I'm just going to press F on the keyboard to flip it forward. And I'm also going to leave that selected. I'm also going to press C on the keyboard, which is similar to pressing just copy right here at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to go to my Modify tab. I'm going down to Size, and I'm going to click and drag and size this down. And I'm going to press Copy, Undo, which is U, and then V to paste, and I just pasted a copy of that disk down there. I'm going to press the space bar, little hotkey, to turn off the size tool, and then I'm going to leave this selected. Okay, and we'll talk about this little disk in a minute. Now what I'm going to do is use the bevel tool. If I press B for bevel, that automatically activates the bevel in the multiply tab. I'm going to, now a lot of people get a little confused with the bevel because they'll click it and they'll kind of be moving all around and they're not sure what's happening. But here's a little trick. If you click with the left mouse and you move the mouse forward and back, you shift that selection. If you click with the mouse and move left or right, you inset. So if you concentrate, you can very easily control your bevel. In most cases, that is. I still have trouble sometimes, but anyway, we'll go forward with this. And the trick to this is to make sure that your selection is happening first. Make sure you have a polygon selected there. Otherwise, if you don't, let me undo a couple of times here. If I go ahead and just bevel, I'm just going to bevel everything in the scene. And now I can't continue my bevel, which is pretty important for this particular tutorial. So I'm just going to click on the polygon, press B for bevel. I'm going to click with my left mouse, push forward a bit, and I'm watching over here. I'm watching this area right here. And then I'm going to just kind of shape it down a little bit, paying attention to all views. Then with the right mouse, I'm going to click once, and what that does is add another selection. It multiplies. Remember, see the multiply tab? All of these functions multiply your polygons. And with that, I can use the left mouse, and now I have another polygon to actually come down and bevel with. And what we're going to be doing is making a tire. We're going to be making a chrome wheel, spoke wheel, and then we're going to be adding a tire to it. So I'm going to right-click again, and then I'll move my mouse back, and I'll right-click again, just move it down a little, and I'll right-click again and shrink it down some more. And with that last polygon still selected, I'm going to press X to cut. Press the A key to fit that to view a little bit, and there's the beginning of a wheel. Doesn't look like much, but it will. So hang tight. I'm going to press F2 to center, and what that does is automatically center it around this 0, 0 axis, our pivot point. Alright, now, remember this polygon we created right here, this extra disk? I'm going to click and drag and zoom in. And I'm going to select this just by clicking on it. I'm going to press the K key. And what that does is kill the polygons, leaving just the points. Okay? And the reason I'm going to do that is because I want to connect parts of this outer disk to this inner disk, which will create our spokes. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it in a quad view so you can see everything that's happening. Down here under selection modes, I'm going to press points. And again, in our full 3D Garage series, we'll start with the basics and go through points and polygons and explain when and why and how to use those. Now what I'm going to do also, let me go back a step, go to polygons. I should have done this in the beginning. I need to select this whole ring and I need to spin it a bit. So in order to do that, I just simply clicked on one of the polygons, and under display I can click the select connected function, which is the right bracket key, and that selects everything connected to what I just clicked on. With that, I can go to modify, then select rotate, where are you? There you are, which is the Y key, and then just rotate slightly. I want to make sure this line I'm watching right here, I just want to line that up. Click on rotate, and then I'm going to press the question mark / key to deselect. Now under points again, that allows us to select the points of the object. I'm going to select 1, I'm holding down the left mouse, 2, and then we'll go, actually, let me rotate these points as well. I should have done that in the beginning. And I'll hit the Y key to rotate, and we're just going to rotate these the same way. That's better. Deselect those. Okay. And again, hold down the left mouse and click 1, 2, just run your mouse over, 3, and 4. And then I'm going to press the P key, and I've made a polygon. I've just connected those. And then we're going to skip this one. We're going to start here and select 1, 2, and then 3 and 4, and hit P to make a polygon. And if I hit the Tab key, which turns into a subpatch, you can actually see what we're going for here. At first it looked a little low res, a little chunky, but actually now when you see it with the subpatch, it's starting to be quite smooth. So I'll hit the Tab key again to turn that off. And if you happen to let go of the mouse, if the phone rings or something like that, all you have to do is hold the Shift key to continue your selection. Okay, so we're going to skip this point here. Click right here is 1, 2, and we're going to click right 3 and 4 right there. Make sure there's 1 in between and hit P to make a polygon. And then we'll do it the same here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hit P to make a polygon. And do our last one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And P to make a polygon. If I hit the Tab key, now we have nice even spokes all the way around. Or a nice daisy if you like that. But alright, we'll hit the Tab key to turn that off. First thing I'm going to do now is save it. Up here, it says unnamed. Alright, that means that we have not saved our object. So I'm going to press Shift S, which is save, and I'll just put it right on my desktop for now. And we'll say tire 1. Actually, we'll call it wheel. Wheel 1. And now what I'm going to do is go Shift S again and save it as wheel 2. Okay, and the reason for this is that if I make a mistake, I can go back to this stage. I don't want to always save over the same object, because then I have to completely start over. Now I'm going to press the 0 key on my numeric keypad with my mouse in this bottom view here. And what that'll do is bring this single view full screen. Gives us a little bit more room to work. See these points right here in between that we didn't use? I'm just selecting those, and I'm going to press the cut. Just get rid of those. Then I'm going to press the period key and zoom in a little bit closer. And I'm going to connect these. And using the same technique, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and hit P to make a polygon. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and hit P, makes a polygon. 1, 2, 3, 4, P to make a polygon. And then we'll do this one. 1, 2, 3, and 4, P makes polygon. Hit A key to fit, and then I'm going to press 0 on the numeric keypad again, and then I'll press the Tab key, and now you can see that those are connected in the center. And I'll hit S to save again. And it sounds repetitive, but I'm going to save it as a new object. Okay? They're not very big at all, and it's just a safety. If you look, I actually have a project here I was working on, and you can see Look at all the versions of these objects. I just keep saving versions and versions, and maybe it's just being paranoid, but it just helps really secure your work time so that you don't have to go back and repeat anything if there's an error or system crash or anything.